Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Nedarim page 13, which discusses the distinction between a neder, a vow, and a shvuah, an oath. When it comes to someone who makes an oath, in that situation, even if it's something in which that what you're saying is not a physical item that is in front of us, it still is valid. However, when it comes to making a vow, saying a neder, it has to be something, as the Talmud here says, has to be something sheyesh bo mamish. It has to have something of substance. And therefore, if a person would say that I am going to forbid myself to you, just like the words that come out of my mouth that I'm speaking with you. So that item is not something in which is tangible. And therefore, it says it's necessary that you must mention P, your mouth. And therefore, that now changes the status to something which has substance, something that exists. It's a very technical concept. But it also, if a person somehow says, I'm forbidding the idea of going with you, you actually have to say your feet. And me working or doing anything to assist you, you have to say your hands. So we see when it goes back to this notion of speech in words is not something in which one can grab hold on. It's not something which is tangible, and it does not have anything of substance, so to speak. However, perhaps because of that, that is where speech becomes so dangerous. A lot of people feel that if you physically harm an individual, of course that's horrible and wrong. It's a visible scar. And therefore, certainly, I'm not going to do that. My question is, how about when a person speaks poorly toward another? A person doesn't use the most respectful language and maybe even harms that person with your words. So these are things which are she'ein bo mamish. These are things that are not of substance. Namely, these are not things that are tangible that you could see. But the impact of one's words are still equally as powerful as a physical blow, and very well even more powerful. A person can visibly see a bruise on one's face if that person was hit, but one cannot see the bruising of the internal damage that you caused by your words. Now, the truth is, one could maybe think text messaging is something which does have mamish, because you can actually see it. But very often, we actually see the opposite than speech. Sometimes a person would be a little bit careful not to speak disrespectfully or cruelly directly to someone's face, but we have no problem sending a text message or writing something inappropriate or on some level cyberbullying. And this certainly is another form of speech that could be quite damaging. And therefore, it's something that one certainly needs to recognize. Even though it's true, when it comes to making a neder, the law is that it has to be something which has substance. But the reality is, even something like words alone, which is something which does not have mamish, does not have substance, nonetheless, those things also are very, very potentially damaging.